Hello Internet, I am the Angry Anime Watcher, and today I bring you a new series I have decided to call Top or Flop. Basically, what I'm going to do is get an anime series and review it. I just gave it a fancy name. And so, the object of today's hate is going to be Sousei no Onmyouji, an anime that started airing spring 2016 and it's now in its couple final episodes. What I'm going to do is talk a bit about the anime, the story, the characters, just a small review overall, and then decide if it's a top or a flop. So, without further ado, let's start. So say, overall the anime is bad. It's a bad anime. It's just that, it's bad. The story starts out good, and the basic premise is good. Actually, the original manga is hell good. It's really, really good. Problem is, the anime never kept to the manga. Straight off the bat, it decided that it was better to ignore the original story and go down their own lane, because you know how well that goes normally. So, an anime that could have gone really good turned out pretty bad. At the start, it's not bad. It actually mainly follows the manga, and the story is good. It's the first arc. They actually managed to do that one right. But then you get to episode 20, and things start to go down. I want to avoid any spoilers, but I'm just going to say that episode 20 is the first big fight of the series. It's the first time they actually collide strongly with the main antagonist. And problem is, they don't even finish the fight properly. Halfway through the fight, they start changing it. They didn't even think that finishing the fight the correct way was good enough. They just changed it. They caught the story and twisted it around and basically completely changed it. After episode 20, everything was just basically made up. New characters that didn't fit in, stories that were completely boring and uninteresting, at least for me, and just an overall fall in the quality of everything. It went from being a anime to being a crap anime. I think what made it the most frustrating to watch was the fact that they got iconic moments from the original story, from the manga, and completely perverted them and turned them into sorry excuses for themselves just to include the small manga-esque thing in the story. They even put in characters where they shouldn't be, as in like real characters from the manga. They introduced them either too early or too late. And they even made up characters that made no sense, breaking rules that were originally established in the manga. And I could rant on and on and on about the story, because seriously, the story is the biggest flaw for this anime. But I'd rather change to another point so this video isn't too long. The characters are good. Actually, the characters are still pretty faithful to the manga. Like the protagonists, Rokuro and Benio, or the most important secondary characters like Mayura or Shimon or Seigen. But there are some others that, like, their personality completely changes. They're completely different characters, such as the leader of the Exorcist, Arima, or, I don't know, the main antagonist, Hyuto, which remained faithful until like episode 20, and then disappeared, and then reappeared in the stupidest moment, but no spoilers. The protagonists are just a bit cliche, I guess. It's the regular protagonist that has some strange past that for which he doesn't want to fight, but then meets the other protagonist and suddenly finds a reason to fight. It's literally the most overplayed formula ever, but it works, so why fix it if it's not broken? The other characters are just cliches. The super hardcore master, the childhood friend that turns out to help, basically the whole roster of your everyday shonen anime characters. And then we get to what could be possibly the second worst point about this anime, and that is the art and animation. Sousei is made by a studio we all know and love, which is Studio Pierrot, and of course they have made some really good anime like Bleach or Naruto or Yu Yu Hakusho. Even if those kind of stretched out a bit or had bad endings, they were overall good anime. But we all know how their animation and art quality varies. If it was just the regular on point singled out moments of shitty animation or art, it would be fine. But the The anime just keeps switching. One scene it can have great animation, and the next it can be a shitty doodle that somebody could have made with paint. And they even do it within, like, in between scenes, like in the middle of a battle, they could just switch for some reason and completely ruin the atmosphere that they had created. It's extremely offsetting to the point of making some scenes painful to watch. At least try to keep some continuity within the battles, Studio Pierrot. One thing with Studio Pierrot is that they have a lot of, super derp moments that spawn memes, like this or this or this. And Sousei had a shit ton of those, but not of the ones that can spawn memes, or the ones that are just, what the fuck am I looking at? Just look at some of the scenes. The fucking absolute changes are everywhere. 1 second it's this, and then the next second is this. And then for like one whole scene it's this. Since they never actually followed the manga, or even tried a bit with this anime, it's fine if they just fuck up the animation. It's just one big fuck up of an anime. Another one to add to the list, I guess. The worst part is that Sousei no Onmyouji, as in like the manga, is really good. It's a really good concept with really good characters, really good variation, really good evolution. The story is progressing really smoothly and is really great to read. And Studio Pierrot decided to like take that manga and turn it into some piece of shit, some person using paint in the back of their mother's room decided to shit out. So overall, it's not like I have to say it, but this anime is one big, huge flop, as in biggest that I've seen in a long time. Well, that is it for the first top or flop. If you guys want to see me keep making these, then like and subscribe, and maybe share if you want to, because that would really help. With that said, I'm going to bring this video to an end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I actually really enjoyed making it, so I'll try to keep this up. I know I don't really have any kind of upload schedule, but I really just don't have time to have a proper schedule with school and stuff. So if you like what you saw, just leave a like, subscribe, and share if you want. And until I make my next video, thank you internet, and keep watching anime. See ya!